Hey guys, Jeremy Smith here, Citadel Development Services, and we're back in Round Rock, Texas today to show you guys the building installation for the 7 Brew. Now, the last time we did this, we were standing inside the foundation, inside the crawl space, at the point where we were getting the foundation ready. That's all been done, and we are setting the building today. As we've discussed before, the building comes in about 3 to 4 different components. We've got the bottom box, we've got the top box, and we've got the canopies. Now, the intention is that starts today, and we're gonna roll through the weekend and get everything installed. This particular package takes about 2 to 2.5 days to fully complete the installation. And then after that, it's final connections, and then it's completing the site. So at the same time today that we're setting the building, we're still working on site improvements. We're working on storm, we're working on sewer, we're working on bringing the water line to the space. Once the building is fully installed and wrapped up, then it's an all-out race to get done with the entire project. We'll bring guys back out, we'll finish all the grading around the building, we'll start all the curb and gutter around the perimeter, and then it'll be getting the site ready for asphalt. So we're hoping that within the next 3 to 4 weeks, we'll be ready to start calling for final inspections and wrapping up the project finally, and then turning it over to operations to start serving coffee. So one of the benefits that we've talked about in the past about this type of construction, modular, is that it makes the process go way faster. As you guys can see in the background, the building, it arrives with all the exterior finishes on it. It arrives with all the MEP roughed in, mechanical, electrical, plumbing is already roughed in. The ductwork for the HVAC is already in the ceiling. The ceiling grid's already in. All we have to do is make final connections to the building, drop the HVAC unit on the roof, get power and water connected up to it and sewer, and it's ready to go. This particular building, here in about a week, we've got a few things to tweak on the inside based on what we had to do with the city of Round Rock. But here in about a week and a half, we're gonna drop kitchen equipment in it, right? So literally from about day 1 to call it 3 to 4 weeks in, we've got a completed building that has equipment in it. And it's just a matter of finishing up the site, getting final inspections, and we're ready to go. So hey, we're back with Dave. As you guys know, Dave has been involved in almost every 7 Brew project that we've done. Again, here in Round Rock, Texas. I don't know, Dave, is there anything special about this side or anything you want to mention about this one?
This is a unique site here, just in particular, the city's a little unique. New group of guys that are doing their first drop, and as you can tell, on schedule, on time, looking good, no problems. This is a true testament to how we build this process out. It's tried, it's true, and we're working it really well. It's going very well amongst all the adversity that we're facing with weather. This is, again, just another definition of why we do what we do the way we do it, right? At a high level, we understand our processes, we're passing them down to the guys, they're bought in, and the culture here is really evident when you see this on site. We don't have to have a lot of conversation. Everybody knows what's going on.
All right, you guys met Corin last time. We did a video here in Round Rock. Today's building drop. Corin, you popped your cherry with the first building drop. What do you think?
Oh man, I loved every bit of it. Like Jeremy said, this is my first time doing this. First off, welcome back, guys. Thank you for allowing us to be here today to do this project. But like Jeremy said, this is my first one doing, man. I loved it. Learned a lot throughout this process in terms of, different types of stem walls, how things are supposed to be sitting on top of each other. So it was a real good experience. And I definitely look forward to doing more of these. So if you ever need something like this done, y'all come holler at us and make sure we get you taken care of.
Back with Austin. This was also his first 7 Brew to set a building on. So I don't know, what do you think, Austin?
It's been interesting, coming from everything they've done with Citadel, great experience for them so far. I know this is a huge part of what Citadel is based on and built on as of right now, having the opportunity to do these 7 Brews across the state. This has been a very interesting city to work with in a good way, getting to meet the inspectors. The population and growth here is expanding. A need for this type of structure and entity is very vital and important. So definitely glad to be a part of this, much less the first one of the Austin area. Secondly, as you can see, we're almost done with our crane operations for the day as of now. We're going to start picking up site work, getting that good to go, set the canopies. So believe it or not, it's crazy. You show up here this morning, you just see a stem wall, and within a matter of an hour and a half, you have a full structure in place. So I'm sure our passerbyers are wondering what's going on and seeing what's going to be happening next. But definitely been a great experience, definitely be a part of it. And like you said, like Jeremy said, we'll be back in a few weeks, a lot more to show you.
As we started talking about last time we were here on site in Round Rock, we were in the excavated pit for the crawl space and for the foundation. As you guys can see now, we've got the foundation in place, obviously, because we got the building set on it. But what's really important about that foundation, it's multi-layered, right? It starts with getting it compacted, which you guys saw excavated, which you guys saw last time. We compact the ground, we set up and pour a footer, which is the bottom section of that foundation. That's all inspected by the city. We get concrete tests, etc. Once that's done, they start forming up the stem wall, which is what you're seeing here in place, which is essentially, a stacked foundation. It's about 4 feet tall by 8 inches thick that runs the perimeter of the building. That gets set up, rebar gets put in it, city comes, inspects it. We're good, we pour. At the same time, what's really important is you see all these pipes sticking out of it, right? So there are pipes for sewer, there's pipes for water to go in, there's sleeves for communication lines to enter in through the foundation to be installed and final connected under the building. So we have to make sure that all those locations are correct, because as you guys know, with sewer lines, there's flow lines. You got to make sure that gravity does its job to exit all the material out of the building. So it's very critical that when we're putting these sleeves in, that we're getting them in the right place, that it's going to work with the rest of the plumbing. We did a great job here. As you guys can see, the foundation looks great, concrete looks great. The next step is to backfill and keep going. We're inside the building with one of the 7 Brew prefabricated buildings, and as you guys can see, all the walls are left open, okay? That is because this particular municipality required that to come in so they can do all their traditional in-wall inspections, right? So the building, like we said before, is pre-wired, it's pre-plumbed, all the ductwork for the HVAC is in place, the ceiling's in place, the lighting's in place, but it's still left open so that the city inspectors here in Round Rock can still come out and do their traditional inspections. So what happens now after we get the building in place, kind of fully installed, is that we start calling for inspections immediately. Plumbing inspector, electrical inspector, mechanical inspectors, they'll come out, they'll look inside, do a visual inspection of all this. Also, we've got plans and shop drawings. We've got everything to back up how this was built in the factory, right? So one of the nuances we have to work through on some of the cities is that because all of this is installed elsewhere and brought in, we've got to provide backup documentation that it was pre-inspected before it leaves the shop, which we've got here. Once all the inspections are done, we come in, we spray foam the entire interior, and then we start covering it up with plywood, drywall, Durarock, and then finally we put FRP on the inside. That whole process in here takes about a week, right? So again, it's very, very quick from the point that we start turning dirt to the point where we're dropping the building, getting inspections, and then basically wrapping up the site and turning it over to ops.